Okay, so hopefully you guys took a minute and you wrote down what target audience was. I realized like I was using a lot of very American examples last time talking about the Super Bowl. Of course, I got the timing of the Super Bowl wrong too. It had already happened, but I think I must have been feeling homesick because I was using a lot of American stuff. I'm using a lot of, you'll notice in advertising, I'll use all like food-based advertising. With the exception of, I think I have one here in today's slide that isn't food based. But let's take a look at another tea advertisement. I'm going to have you guys just watch this on your own and just think about this. This might help you to kind of add to your definition. Who's the target audience of this ad? All right, so go ahead and stop the video and watch that. Oh, no, come on. We're going to go past that. Okay, so you'll watch it on your own. So in your copies, you should have target audience in your own words, right? So don't like Google it or look at something that I've written. Try and come up with your own words because we'll share this in class at some point and we'll try to add to each other's definition. And then I want you to just do the same thing for what you think slogans are going to be all about and what you think buzzwords are going to be all about. Maybe some of you have heard those before. If not, make a guess. Feel free to fail, right? Just make your best guess. You can always change this later. All right. One hint, there were slogans at the end of both of the videos that we watched in the first part of the lesson. So if you watch to the end, or if you just look at the end of the video, you might look at what the slogans were. Okay, you guys have stopped the video if you needed to and written down whatever you need to in your copybook for that copybook check later. Here's an example slogan. This is the one that's not food-based, but what comes to your mind? What brand do you think of when you see this? All right, I guess some of you probably pronounce this Nike, but since it's an American company, I'm going to pronounce it Nike because that's how we say it at home. Now, this is not part of the slogan, right? That's going to be the logo, which will be something that we talk about later. But Just Do It is something that has been bouncing around our brains probably for years and years. It's a slogan that Nike uses, right? So when we hear that slogan, we automatically think of their products, their shoes and whatnot. So a slogan is, a saying, right? But it's something that's designed to make us think of a particular brand. Okay. Buzzwords are a little bit more subtle. So there are 3 products here. I want you to just really quickly in your copies write down what you think the buzzword is for each of these. So we've got organic applesauce. What's the buzzword? We've got whole grain penne pasta. Barilla is the name of the brand. What's the buzzword? And then lastly, what do you think the buzzword is here? MyProtein is the name of the brand. We've got all natural triple nut butter. What is it? Okay, so buzzwords are going to be these things that kind of get our attention and make us think something is like good for us, right? So like things like organic or like all natural or real or promotes, healthy heart or something like that, right? So these are a few examples of different buzzwords. So if we go back and look at this, organic is probably the buzzword here. Here we've got whole grain, really big. It's almost bigger than the brand, right? So whole grain is meant to kind of trigger something in us and make us think like, oh, that's going to be really healthy because it's whole grain. And then we've got all natural nut butter, right? So that's another thing that's kind of a buzzwordy type thing. All right. So really quickly, just go back and revise your definition. So based on some of the examples that we just saw, what do you think you would do to change those definitions? And I'm going to stop the video again before we get into the homework. So just take a minute and revise your definitions.